A ghost light is a light left on in an empty theater. It's usually a single bulb on a stand, and it's often placed near center stage. Symbolically, it's said to represent respect for the past and a way to keep ghosts happy. As a Christian, we would recognize ghosts as demons. A popular theatrical superstition holds that every theater has a ghost, and some theaters have traditions to appease ghosts that reach far back into their history. For example, the Palace Theatre in London keeps 2 seats in its balcony permanently bolted open to provide seating for the theater ghosts or demons. Similar superstitions hold that ghost lights provide opportunities for ghosts or demons to perform on stage. Ghostlight is a 2024 movie about a family who has lost their teenage son to suicide, but the implied theme is one of the deceased son's ghost, which influences the father character named Dan in the film. The backstory is that the male teen and his girlfriend both took pills in a double suicide attempt in Romeo and Juliet style, and the son died, but the girlfriend lived. This happened on a trampoline in the yard of the family's home, and the father, Dan, discovered them, reviving the girlfriend, but was unable to revive his son. The reason the teens decided to kill themselves is because they were going to be separated when the black girlfriend's family planned to move out of state, and the white boy's father forbid the boy to move with them, then further forbid them to see each other, fearing the obsessive relationship was unhealthy. The only reason that I bring up the racial difference is because racial tension was implied in the movie also, intentionally. The father was cast as an old-school white construction worker. The father's character is a person who is unable to grieve properly because he can't or won't express his emotions, which is causing problems for the rest of the family. Part of his inability to heal is due to him not being able to understand why the son would have committed suicide. He can't relate to that emotion or those actions. A series of events in the movie leads this father to a community group of actors who are rehearsing to perform the Shakespearean play Romeo and Juliet. The father is lured in by one of the actresses who tells him that the reason she invited him to join their acting group is because he seems like a person who, quote, needs to become someone else for a while. And this is what actors and actresses do. And in Hollywood, many times they are demonized to do this, especially in certain types of roles, like the polytheist history roles that I talk about on this channel, and that you'll recognize in so many movies and plays. And those people are more often than not trained in Shakespearean theater, especially the more famous ones, and especially those with 3 letters after their name, like Order of the British Empire. The idea in the movie is that the father acts in the role as Romeo, and through doing this, he is able to become his son and thus gets healing by understanding what his son was feeling when he decided to kill himself over love and not being able to be with his beloved. Therefore, the father is able to begin healing by performing the play as a type of therapy, and then the family is able to begin to heal. And I can see how many people would find this sweet, relatable, and heartwarming, which is exactly what the film intends to pretend to do. But the subliminal message here and the subtle witchcraft of this movie is that, one, the inclusion of Shakespeare, which I frequently talk about on this channel, is the personification of demons in the polytheist history of those who worship them. And that's all Shakespeare is, presented allegorically. And that's why these actors are often trained in Shakespearean theater. In the movie, there is an area of the yard where the boy committed suicide. And in the movie, the mother tries to plant flowers in that area, and the father prohibits it. In the closing scene, after the father performs as Romeo and they return home, they show that exact area of the yard where the teen died, with the house floodlight shining right on the spot where the suicide took place, the ghost light. Thanks for listening.